the world we live in today, it's never been easier to be exceptional. There's endless opportunities, countless amounts of information. Yet, when you look up around you, most people are just average. If you want an exceptional life, you simply need to do the things that most people are not. And in a world where everyone's distracted, that's not too hard to do. So I'm going to offer you a simple framework. A framework that, if put to use, will bring you a life that's pretty exceptional. When you first realize that you want to improve your life, you see this vision of the future, where you have all the things you could dream of, the body, the money, the happiness. You see these things and you realize that they're actually attainable. And so you set out to attain them. But a common pitfall that most people fall into is we don't see the obstacles. When we plan for the future, we think things are going to be different. We overestimate ourselves. We see every area in our life that could use some improvement, and we make a plan to improve them all at once. And it sounds great. You write down your new daily routine, you get all excited for a change in your life. But life doesn't work like that. If you look at most successful people, they all have one thing in common. They're really f***ing good at one specific thing. When you have a bunch of different areas that you're trying to make progress down at once, you end up just being average. You start doing one thing, get distracted by another. Before you know it, years pass, and you're not much further ahead than you previously were. I get it. Wanting to improve everything at once is extremely tempting, but just trust me, you're much better off focusing all that energy on one specific thing. And a quick way to finding that one thing is this. Write down 10 things that you want to achieve by the end of next year. Look at them. Think about them. Then remove 9 of them from the list. The one thing that you're left with is what's most important to you. Forget the rest of them. That's now your priority. Now, life's a competition. Every path, every goal, every dream. There's people out there who want the exact same things that you want. But what separates the people who get those things from those who don't isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's the simple fact that they consistently put out better work than everyone else. Of course, there's way more elements and details that go into it. But the overarching formula for success is that right there. Think of it like this. All that anything in life really is a game of problem and solution. Think about it. When you have a work task in front of you, all it is a problem that requires a solution. Therefore, if you knew everything there was to know about your specific field, every element of every area, you'd know exactly the best move to make in every situation. This is the power of honing your craft, not becoming the most skilled, not becoming the most hardworking, simply becoming the most knowledgeable. So how should you go about it? Well, you first find the skills in your field that underpin the rest. For example, on YouTube, this would be storytelling. For a marketing agency, this would be human psychology. The one main skill that's the driving force behind the main result that you're trying to get. Now look to the pioneers of that skill. Read their books, study their work, put the information to use, test it, fail at it, refine it. Becoming the most knowledgeable in your field is what will set you apart from everyone else who's also trying to succeed. And a little bonus tip, if you don't have the time or want to spend all your money on buying a bunch of books, there's a platform that I use personally called Shortform. They give you all the key information you need without you having to spend all that time reading. And for the price of less than one book, you get access to every single one you could think of. If you want to check it out, there's a free trial and a link for 20% off in the description. When you watch a video like this, you think about everything you should be doing with your life. You have all the ideas and you have all the information you need. Yet when it comes to consistently putting in the work, you feel this resistance. A resistance that, for most people, will keep them paralyzed. This is why most people fail, and most people never reach greatness. It's simply uncomfortable. But that discomfort, if used correctly, can transform your entire life. All of growth in life is behind a paywall of discomfort. We exchange short-term pain and suffering for long-term growth and satisfaction. That's simply all it is, a transaction. And the sooner you come to realize that, the sooner your life will improve. Most people never fully understand this concept. They're in constant search for the easier path in life, the path of least resistance. But what they don't realize is life is simply a system of transactions. And through gaining one thing, you're giving up another. So leaning over the edge of discomfort is really the only choice you have. And after a while, things start to click. The more and more you lean into the discomfort, your brain starts to enjoy it. It's almost as if the power from the resistance itself gets absorbed each time you overcome it. I mean, at the end of the day, the pain is necessary. So accepting that as a fact, then pushing through it is the only chance you really have.